Thank you for showing up for meditation. I love this saying, don't just do something, just sit there. So it's kind of that saying, don't just sit around, do something. I think my parents used to say that to us, do something. Well, I'm flipping it around and it's like, don't just do something, sit here now. Okay. And I recently heard about this no go technique, and it reminded me of this. And so I'm going to weave in a little bit about this no go technique by Dr. Andrew Huberman, who is a neuroscientist. So let's begin and just take a few deep breaths. You can bring your shoulders into it if you like, just waking up. Just pick up whatever the day is going to entail, your lists and to do and schedules, and lift it up and let it go. Hey, just even acknowledging whatever came before this moment, maybe those things we kind of hold on to, the weight of the world, and also let them go. Nice big breath. Ah, and one more time. Ah, oh, that feels so good. And let your shoulders settle down. Bring us home inside. Bring us to the breath as our anchor. Bringing in a sweet smile. And as if you're sitting at the riverbank, you're just simply being here, sitting as the river still flows by. And I think this is a radical act to choose to just sit and be present when the rest of the world is still moving, everything else is still going on. We could just step away for it for this time. Aware of also the clouds in the sky, like your thoughts. Just let them float by. Remember that our practice, it's not about changing the thoughts. We can't stop them, not until our last exhale, but we can change our relationship to them. Bringing in a sweet smile to soften the jaw, the face, tongue. So we have instilled a daily meditation practice for 31 days now in a row. So this is helping us make a habit. And that habit is through that kind of willpower or discipline of showing up every day. And we know our meditation practice, on some level, it's working on us in great ways as it cultivates our ability to be mindful, to improve decision making, improve focus, enhances better emotional regulation, and so much more. And all we need to choose is to just sit here and apparently do nothing, even though there's a lot going on internally. We are changing the neural circuitry. So anything you choose to repeat over and over, you start to change the brain connections. It encourages you to continue. So even though we think of this as like we're doing something, we're showing up for meditation to practice. We're also not doing. We're choosing to not do other things right now. And so this technique called the no-go technique is about choosing to not do something that isn't good for you. And, when I heard about this, it reminded me just like little things in my life where it's like you're trying to stop doing something, like a bad habit. And sometimes it can be really, really hard to do that. Like we've created such a habit and almost a craving towards something that it's really hard to not do that thing. But then I reminded myself in the smallest things, that I could choose to stop doing. Like if I in the moment just went, no, that right now would be good for you. Whether it's clicking on the TV or whether it's going for the unhealthy snack. I mean, just working with small things, I really thought to myself, Nika, if you do the small things, like if you right now resist doing that, you're actually developing, you're going to be stronger when it comes to the bigger things. And so this neuroscientist, Andrew Huberman, kind of explained it. And it made so much sense in this no-go technique. The more you don't do that thing, you are strengthening self-control by intentionally resisting small habitual impulses throughout the day. And this leverages the brain's no-go circuits, which are responsible for impulse suppression and self-restraint. And so guess what? That's what we're doing in meditation. So in our mind, we sit here and sometimes it's like, oh, I got too many things to do. I've got to do this, I've got to do that. Like it's so hard for us. It's like, think about technology, like how we refresh, we recheck. Can you resist? Start with that. Start with your phone. Putting it away. Andrew suggests 90 minutes to do tasks one at a time without the distractions of technology. And he even reveals that it's so really hard for him to do that. Like he said, the more you practice it, the more you develop all of those same qualities that meditation does. He suggests to do this 25 times a day. So if you want to keep note. And I believe we're doing this in a really good concentrated way by sitting, just being with ourselves, activating and reinforcing these no-go circuits. This makes it easier to resist other impulses over time. Come back to the breath, sitting at the riverbank, spacious blue sky, the clouds going by. And remember, your true essence is the spacious blue sky, holding space, witnessing compassionate curiosity and affectionate awareness. My former teacher, Michael Stone, he used to say there are two main components of mindfulness. The first one is to stay connected with what's moving through awareness right now. And the second one is to pay attention to your relationship with what's happening right now. And I think this second part, I mean, yes, we have that witness consciousness. We want to be just aware of what's happening internally, but also in life, all the external that's going on. But what's important, I think, in that intimacy with ourselves is it's our relationship to what's happening. And it sounds simple, but this is a never ending process. There's, we seem to always have this little bit of reactivity, and reactivity is craving for more of something, or it's even the aversion. Our brain often oscillates between this. And maybe we can't really change this. It's kind of biological, it's built into our system. But what you are letting go of is the reactivity that happens in craving, in relationship to an object. This reminds me, this kind of, it's very interesting. This Andrew Huberman talks about this in his no go. The one example he brought up was, if you've heard about the marshmallow test, where they left children in a room, or they left one child and with two marshmallows and said, "Oh, I've got to go somewhere. I'll be back in a bit." And don't eat the marshmallows. And they just wanted to see if they had that impulse control. I think the females did better than the males in the study of the children. They were younger. But it's so hard for us. It's like we see that thing that we want and we grasp for it. So the no-go technique, and this is what we're doing here right now, is we're purposely going against that grain, developing the skill, the habit to have this ability to delay gratification, improve focus, which improves our productivity in our life. It enhances decision making. And it actually gives us a greater sense of just feeling like, you know, we're I mean, we can't fully be in control. We want to feel like we're in control. This is what anxiety is feeling out of control. But I think when we develop these skills, yeah, we feel a little bit more affirmed in that right now in this moment, I'm choosing. I'm choosing to be still, be with myself, be with my breath, cultivating mindfulness, which just means give our mind full attention to this moment. And as a teacher once told me that after 2 decades of a daily meditation practice, someone had asked, when do the thoughts get quieter, go away? When can you be in that place of complete oneness and stillness? And he shared, oh, my thoughts haven't changed over these 2 decades. My thoughts have not changed. The thoughts are still there, but my relationship to the thoughts has changed. And this is it. That's, I'm going to say, the magic ingredient, that it works on us to change our relationship with our thoughts and reactivity to our thoughts that come in through experiences. And we often can't see this. It's so subtle. And I think it's a slow process. But every now and then you might get a little like, oh my gosh, I didn't go for the marshmallow. I didn't, whatever the marshmallow is in your life, I didn't react to that same thing I react to. And I think those moments are like these really beautiful moments to see how far you have come. So instead of go, 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 we could do some no go. And my friend, let's just take our hands over our heart and just hold our heart space with loving kindness and compassion. Just take a nice big deep breath in, let go of the sigh. And then joining hands in Padma Mudra, the lotus flower. Om Mani Padme Hum. May the jewel within the lotus be realized as we seal our hands, connecting to the heart space. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. And I thank you so much for being here for meditation. Thank you for being a part of our 31-day journey. I honor the light in each and every one of you as I bow to your inner light. Namaste, my friend.